Hey, I'm Shailene Woodley, and this is the essential guide to me.
I figure I have two options. One is to tell them and ruin the rest of my life, and the other is to just pretend like it never happened. So I'm going with never happened.
I learned so much from working on Secret Life. When you sign a 6-year contract, that's a legal contract that you're in. And I think learning that lesson at a young age was very also influential in determining how I was going to navigate my future. And then working with Molly Ringwald. Molly gave me so much advice and protected me and really made sure that I had a good sense of self and a good sense of self-respect and self-love as I was entering into this next chapter of my life. And she was a guardian angel in so many ways.
You're hardly in a position to give me advice, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think. I'm still your mother.
Doing Divergent was amazing. I had never worked on a film that had green screens, a film that required stunt training and choreography and special effects, and all of those things in general just opened my eyes to a complete other side to the creative elements that go into productions, especially grand scale productions like that.
Shut it down. I admire you willing to die for what you believe. But so am I.
Again, man, I've just been surrounded by angels. I worked with Kate Winslet and Ashley Judd, and both of those women really reminded me of who I was and who I wanted to be. I remember when Divergent first was coming out, I went to a yoga class and someone took a photo of me coming out of a yoga class. And I live a very low-key lifestyle. So there were just things that were uncomfortable and very novel for me. And I asked her, I said, Kate, what do I do about all of this? And she said, Shay, there's storms, and right now you're in the middle of a storm and the waves are huge and you're treading water, and sometimes it's going to feel like you can't breathe, and sometimes you're not going to know if you'll ever see land again, but just trust me, the storm passes.
You think that human nature is a weakness?
I think human nature is the enemy.
I would say Fault in Our Stars, for me, it was a huge passion project. I read the script and the book and fell absolutely head over heels for these characters and for the love that they shared. And that love transcends all physical elements to what we think we know in reality. I auditioned for the director, and initially I think he thought I was too old to play it, but I was like, I promise, without makeup and with my hair cut, I'll look 16. And in the end, it ended up being very ironic because it was me and Ansel Elgort who plays my brother in the Divergent series. And in real life, Ansel and I very much had that sibling relationship. But I do think that actually garnered to our ability to feel vulnerable and safe with one another, to play and portray the characters the way that we were able to.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're beautiful.
Jane's storyline and the experience that she had, it was important to me that it didn't become her identity. It will always be a part of her, but her healing process and the moves that she makes in order to try and transcend where she's been at for so long in her heart and her emotions and in her physical form, to provide herself some healing and to provide herself a sense of being able to move forward.
There was a point where I thought that I had moved on, that I had worked through it and whatnot, but no, I know that I'll never be over it.
I love love. I think that love has the power to get us through so many of the obstacles and the tropes that we're faced with in life constantly. And I thought Last Letter and Jojo Moyes' book did such a beautiful job at eliciting all of those feelings as well.
You're here to write marvelous things about my husband, I believe.
Is that right?
So in Last Letter from Your Lover, I'm an executive producer, which for me, I just wanted to bolster all of the creative people. And I wanted everyone to feel like I was there to be in service of the film if they needed me, but also support the roles that they had and make sure that they felt that they were getting the best possible outcome to these stories. My ultimate goal is to always protect the integrity of the story.
I write these words with you in mind and my heart swells. I've known nothing like this before.